Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast with Daniel Tamas. Today, he is the co-founder and CEO at WAM, an award-winning entrepreneur, but not on any 30, 40, 50 under lists. We're going to talk about crypto gaming avatars, blockchain, and play and learn today. This podcast is brought to you by my podcasting agency that's called podpire.com. If you want to start, scale, be invited to the podcast. Dan, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and about your companies.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. I've been an entrepreneur since forever, since I can remember. I love the digital space. I love gaming, and I saw an opportunity in creating something different with WAM and combining technology like blockchain to make it fun for people. This is what I've been doing on my daily life since 2019 when WAM was launched. WAM stands for the World Arcade Machine. The purpose is to have fun on competitions and tournaments while using the blockchain in a seamless way.
Right. And what are your ventures that you put the most energy, time, and resources into nowadays?
WAM.
What is WAM?
Play and earn gaming platform where people compete in tournaments to win digital assets.
So who do you target with that one?
I would say 20 and 30-year-old people that understand a bit of technology, have a bit of capital at their disposal, and are competitive in nature, and want to have fun on the go or when they're casually relaxing with friends and family or people all over the world.
Right. You've been at it for 4 years with that one. Like, how many clients do you have? What are the economics behind that business?
So we started in 2019, had our first traction in 2021. Then we pivoted towards blockchain. And since July last year, we grew about 2,000%. The maximum we had per month was 700,000 users in April. Since then, we took it down a notch in order for us to be able to adapt to the bear market, because people in bear market usually want to take value out and then just capitalize on their gains. Right now, the average is about 200,000 people a month. The countries that we are most present in are the Philippines and Romania. These were the countries targeted from the beginning. And once we have a strong foothold, then we can expand.
And why would people play your games other than the competitions?
We want the experience to be simple, to be fun, to be easy to access, even if it's on a mobile app or on your mobile browser. And one of the updates that is coming is a desktop experience. Plus, we've been working towards integrating AI into the games and the tournaments themselves. It's still a working process. It presents a lot of opportunity and a lot of excitement to have, for instance, content that is being tailored for yourself as a player and adapted by an AI that understands your pain points, understands the places where you want to be best at, and just improves on the content. This makes it evergreen. And the purpose of the tournaments on WAM is to be simple, fun, easy to understand, and of course, the more hardcore part where people are getting very competitive and want to battle each other. This is just part of the gaming behavior.
So can people get rich playing your game?
I have no idea. But for us, it's not about getting rich. It's about the ability to be to get value at a point when you want to. It's a different, it's an alternative to traditional gaming. So it's not here to replace anything. We once thought it's going to replace things, but at the end of the day, users and people decide what works and what doesn't, what works for them, if it's a special category or not.
What has been the highest earning part of your business? Is it the collectibles? Is it trading? Is it the platform itself? Is it sponsors, for example? What earns the most money from the business perspective?
Right now, the app, we're revamping it and aiming it more towards collectibles and trading because it needs to be more immersed into the Web3 reality. We were like 2.5 web type of app, and we decided it's time to actually go Web3 fully. And whoever wants to adapt and understand and learn will actually have an advantage.
It's a very cool business. Love the graphics and yep, see the potential in it. The vampire, I guess
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
Romanian heritage.
That's part of the collectibles that we're going to launch. This is something that we have been we tried launching it. We actually had a lot of things to learn because we let's say we missed the launch because we launched it in September, which was the lowest point, but we did a fair launch, a fair mint. That meant no VCs, no pre-sales, no nothing. And then we refunded everybody because it was just supposed to be as fair as possible. And now we're going to have a relaunch in a better way very, very soon. And we will announce this. But the Vampires itself is meant to be the collectible part of WAM. It's perfect with the narrative. We're from Transylvania. Vampires just rolls down your tongue. Plus, we made it a bit quirky, like vampires that suck. It's a bit of a wordplay. Vampires actually suck for a living. And at the same time, people were complaining that NFTs suck. So we said, okay, let's bind these two together and make them as offensive as possible. Vampires don't care. Tell it as things are, and just attract people that vibe in the same way.
And now Romania has Andrew Tate as a national heritage now.
This is
New kind
you
of
can say
empire.
it like that. Yeah, you can say it like that. Andrew Tate is around. This is one of the things that I want actually to build from Romania, for people to know us not only for Andrew Tate.
Yeah, you have other startups though, like you have 4 or 5 or 6 of them. I guess these only take probably 20% of your time. Which one seems the most promising in that risky but probably high returns portfolio of yours?
So the main focus and the main drive is WAM. I also like to keep my mind busy and trained with the latest technologies and what goes on. This is why I just recently launched a platform. I did it by myself just to keep active. EasyMint.app, a place where you can mint Bitcoin assets with ease. Why? Because when we launched the Vampires collection, we saw how hard it is to actually create a collection on Bitcoin without messing things up, right? And I said, okay, I have to learn this technology because I want to integrate it in WAM. And how do I do this? I do it like this. Okay. And there's also a startup that I have, actually a company that is profitable with my spouse, Game Arena, which is into avatars and into fashion games. It's been like our thing for the past 15 years. And these are the main activities. In other ones, I'm just a shareholder and I devote my times to gaming technology and Web3 and blockchain technology to find a way. Nobody has properly found a way yet.
I mean, you're quite bullish on these technologies. Why not AI, the technology that will pretty much override all of them?
Well, we're into AI as well, but it's not like one or the other. For instance, AI makes a lot of sense in the blockchain context. Think of different AI models working together by paying themselves with crypto. There's no KYC there, so you have this interoperability. AI is a topic that fascinates me. I see a lot of potential, but one big disclaimer: I cannot say I have a very big grasp on everything that happens in the AI world and what are the dangers of it. And with the latest saga with OpenAI, but being a tech geek myself and loving technology, I see a lot of potential now with a potentially destructive technology. More thought has to be put into that.
Anything is gonna destroy the world is gonna be us humans and or human nature, which we need to get rid of as soon as possible. What do you see when it comes to blockchain, DeFi? in gaming in the future? If we would step in a time machine, you and I would go like 15 years in the future, what would you see in the landscape and what would you see in your own companies?
I would see that young people would have no idea of the concept of fiat. They would know that it's like us. We grew up, you had no concept of the gramophone, or you had no concept of, I don't know, gold bars. You had no idea. These were all extinct types of technologies or forms of transfer of value. Young people today are crypto natives today. So 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds are crypto native already. You don't need a KYC. You have a freedom of movement. You have a cross-border type of technology that allows people to interact with each other. And in 15 years' time, first of all, any type of prediction like this is just my imagination and a product of, let's say, part of my desires. But I see a world that is for the better because it used technology to solve problems. One of the let's say in entertainment and in games, the problem is, for instance, the ability to exchange value with ease without a lot of bottlenecks. This is where blockchain comes and helps. Plus, it can be decentralized. It is decentralized. Bitcoin is decentralized, and you have a lot of power in your hands as a user.
Right. And what will be your top goals for next year, 2024?
My top
Goals.
Goals.
Your top goals, you know, like the chart, the black chart. Your top goals.
My top goals for the next year, actually for this year, is to be prepared for the actual gaming revolution that will start when people and users start to understand that there are a lot of more ways they can interact through technology inside games. And the purpose is to position the platform, the WAM itself, in such a way that we can capture part of this value. There's a lot of market, there's a lot of room for everybody. We want to do it in a certain way. For instance, I love web technologies. I see it as the main channel of distribution and the main medium where people can actually experience crypto properly. Plus, we want to position ourselves as a place where you can learn more in a safe environment about what the technology does, what are your benefits, how can you protect yourself from scammers and hackers, why is it fun, and how can it impact your daily life.
Love it. Where can people find out more about you, Dan?
Just go on my LinkedIn page. If you see an ugly face that should have been on the radio, click on that. It's my face. You can also find me on Twitter at danny.wam. It's in the name. And yeah, I'm pretty much on these mediums, focused on improving or pushing the boundaries of what you can do in gaming with new technology.
Love it. And I'm Charles Cormier, your host for another CEO Wisdom podcast. And you can find us on podbuyer.com if you need help with your podcast.